Later on today, it's been busy. Here's the explained part of the 3652, which is Pripelin's chart from the Soviet sports scientist A.S. Pripelin, who compiled the results of logbooks from hundreds, possibly thousands of Soviet lifters, Olympic lifters, and basically reverse engineered what reps for what percentage of 1 rep max and effort they were lifting. So what's suitable for? Suitable for compound lifts to make your own little strength cycles. And I've got an example one below. So it's suitable for compound lifts, which are safe and reasonable to perform a 1 rep maximum lift on. This depends on your experience, technique, and if you've got a spotter. You don't load this function, so make sure your technique's good before you are trying this. Bench press on a flat or an incline, and military press, which is standing overhead press with a bar, or barbell stuff. Power cleans or other Olympic lifts, if your technique is good, you can utilize this for. Deadlift, back squat, front squat, and any variations of what's safe to test a max on. There's a couple of modifications for this. Obviously, these numbers are for professional lifters, and these are to modify it. Women and beginners. Beginners because you generally can't lift as much, and women because the nervous system's different to guys. They can usually handle more volume, which is more sets and reps at a higher percentage of the 1 rep max. Beginners can do more because the nervous system's not yet efficient. So they can generally handle more weight because it's not really a true max. They're in the stage of blowing the cobwebs off. So they can usually do a bit more than the chart might suggest, or be at the top end of the chart. So, for example, say 90%, they might be able to do 15 reps in the session at 90% total, which might be 3 sets of 5. So this program down here might be too easy. You can always knock it up or down based on these modifications here. Usually, if people have got less stress, great recovery, say under 30, well hydrated, eating well, eating a gram of protein per pound of body weight, can start in the middle of the range or the top. You can make the rep ranges up yourself. Stronger lifters, so if you're lifting quite a bit of weight, a lot more than your body weight in the lift, depending on the lift, or if you've got a lot of manual work to do outside the training, you've got a lot of other training, so if you're a CrossFit or a hybrid athlete, you've got a lot to do. Or you've got core or recovery or sleep, or your stress levels are quite high. You go to the bottom of the range and even knock the percentage of the range down. So again, this is just a start point, which I think is quite helpful. So you can adjust down if you've got no spotter on the day and it's not safe to do so, e.g. with a bench or a back squat. You can drop the load by 5% or stop shy of your full reps if your bar speed starts to really slow down and it becomes very slow and grindy. If it's too taxing, you might need to lighten up on that particular day and just take a deload day, or halt progression of increasing the weight, stick at that for another week. Hopefully it gets easier and doable. The percentages are a 1 rep max of the exact lift. So if it's a bench press, you've got to do it off a bench. You can't start doing an incline bench press off a flat bench press number unless you've done this following modification. So if you're doing a lift, i.e. a pause squat or a slight incline, for a pause squat, you'd use your standard back squat if you don't want to test the 1 rep max, and you can take an additional 5 to 10% off for that variation because it'd be more difficult. Better to go underestimate to start and then go over, which you can always build it up. Rest periods keep to a standard time to take out all the variables. So generally what we like to do is lock in a couple of variables or most variables, which could be rest time, sets, reps, weight, exercise type, the order which you do it in your session. But generally rest as long as needed, up to 5 minutes, especially if it's heavier. if you lift lows lifting heavy or in heavier percentages, 2 to 4 minutes is ideal for most. Even if you don't feel like you need it, you've got to take that rest if you go in 6 reps and below, especially because your creophosphate energy system needs to basically replenish ATP. Bodybuilding, 1 rep maxes aren't that important, but it's a good goal to turn the previous 1 rep into multiple reps or increase a 6 to 8 rep max. The 1 rep is just testing for a guide for strength to trickle down into more reps for more sets, which is increasing volume and total workload, which is basically the foundation of growth or progressive overload improvement. Compound exercises, such as like a bench press, can help fitness, such as like press up endurance, for example. And it could increase isolation strength, e.g. on chest flies or tricep pushdowns, but not so much the other way around. So this is why this is good idea to put at the start of the session and have a main focus. The exercises at the start of the sessions will get the best training stimulus and the best adaptation from your body. So a 10-week program, just give this a screenshot or whatever you need to do. 10-week program using, like, say, bench press as an example. You could give this a go. Undulating means wave-like. Linear means moving up in weight usually, and volume goes down. So that's something to know. Do this at the start of the session, then continue session with fitness or hypertrophy as normal. You could put it at the start of a push day, for example, an upper day, or so if you're doing a different split, chest and triceps day. So week 1 here, 6% of your 1 rep max. Say you had 100k bench press for easy numbers. This would be 60k, and you'd have 4 sets of 5 reps. This would be lighter. It'd feel quite easy, but you've got your base to start. Second week, you'd add a rep. So you start 4 sets of 6, which would put you right in the optimal rep range there, 24. And this is effectively what you're doing, 65. So that's at the top of the range, down to 20 reps. So we've knocked it down a little bit to the bottom of the range, near the 18. Hopefully you can see the trend. We're going up another percentage point, 70%. So 3 sets of 4, 1 set of 5, just so you've got that bit extra. That'd be 17 total reps. That'd be 24 total reps. That'd be 20 total reps. This is called a deload. So you take a tactical reduction in weight if needed to clear any fatigue and work on bar speed or technique. Something stuck in my throat. Week 6, back onto the weights, and you'll be fresher now. So I'll be able to do a little bit more. That'll be 16 total reps. 13. 12. Again, 12, that's a deload. And then at this week, week 10, you can retry your max or max for reps. Any questions, just pop them in the comments. But yeah, we aren't going too deep into this. If it's like for intermediate or beginners, it should be fine. Easy. Hope you enjoyed.